What's up everyone, Moonrider here, and in this video I'm switching out and updating a few things in my gaming setup. One of the things getting switched out are these Insignia speakers. Lately I feel like they clutter up the space around my monitor too much, and they're always getting bumped and then pushed out of play, so I'm constantly realigning them like an OCD maniac. But also I'm tired of seeing all the cords from these. So I'll be updating to the Soulion R50 soundbar, and hopefully it will clean up the desk space a bit, as well as help conceal all the cables running down the back of the monitor stand from the monitors and RGB lights. But more on that soundbar in a bit. In this video, I'm adding my first wrist rest, which is a bit of a shock even to me that I had not purchased one of these yet. My only excuse is I was being cheap. This one from LTC was only $10 and I got it on Amazon. This wrist rest is small, designed for 60% keyboards. It also has this neon grunge aesthetic with embossed textures, which I really like. It's also soft yet durable with 6 rubber feet on the bottom for stabilization, holding it in place. Gaming and typing are so much more comfortable with this pad. It does an excellent job supporting my wrist. No more discomfort or pain, which would most often occur during gaming. I'll include a link to this wrist rest down in the description in case you're interested in checking it out. So like I said just a moment ago, I am saying goodbye to these Insignia speakers, at least for a time. They do sound pretty good, and I like the look of them, so I'm not getting rid of these forever. I just want to switch things up a bit. Of course, upon realizing these speakers have no cables that can be unplugged, I need to take them down as one unit, which means removing my cable hiding backboard, as well as pulling my desk away from the wall to be able to drop these down. Thankfully, my desk slides real easily for its size. I was hoping to keep my subwoofer under the desk simply out of sheer laziness, but like I said, it's all pretty much one unit, so it's getting yeeted too. This situation has me very thankful I set up this cable hiding backboard, because if I had to undo and redo all my cable management just to switch these out, I'd probably hurl these in the trash out of spite. Instead of toiling for an hour or more with cables, I was able to sort this mess in less than 5 minutes. If you're interested in how I made this, I have a DIY tutorial on my channel, which I'll link to in the top right. Now that that's all done, the desk is looking much cleaner, so let's bring in the new soundbar. This is the Soulion R50 soundbar. It's a budget Bluetooth and 3.5mm aux soundbar selling for $28.99 on Amazon. Soulion did send this out to me to try out, but I'm still going to give my honest opinion on it. Build quality is pretty good. While the exterior casing is all plastic, I still really like the gray fabric on the exterior, and the Soulion badge looks nice and clean as well. For $28, audio quality is pretty good as well. Here are the audio specs for the R50. Total power output is 10 watts, with 5 watts going to each speaker. Now let's get this plugged in and set up. The R50 comes with a spliced 1.5 meter cable with 3.5mm aux and USB power. I'm splitting my cable because the 3.5mm aux is plugging into the Fifine SC3 audio mixer, which is on the left of my desk. And the USB is plugging in my PC, which is on the right. This is something I don't like about the R50. It has the cables coming out towards the top of the soundbar. I don't understand why they couldn't relocate this toward the bottom so it's out of sight. At least I think I have an idea on how to pull the cables down and keep them there. I have a ton of these clips from Gobi products I've purchased in the past. The glue shouldn't be strong enough to harm the wood finish on the desk, but I'm hoping it is strong enough to hold the cables down. And it seemed to work. Those cables are nice and tucked, but the Goro ponytail on the R50 is still annoying. I really like the look of the RGB on the soundbar. It's well diffused, there are a bunch of colors to choose from. However, it's a bit of a task to get to the color you want. Basically, you need to set the RGB to slowly cycle through the color spectrum. Wait for it to get to a color you like, then quickly push the RGB button again to lock in the color. Establishing a Bluetooth connection is much more streamlined. Push the mode button to activate Bluetooth mode, then scan for R50 on your Bluetooth device. My Samsung tablet picked it up immediately. So yeah, I'm loving the soundbar look compared to the speakers. It's more compact and also does a great job hiding those cables at the bottom of my monitor stand. As for what's next for the setup, well, I'm working on ideas. As much as I like my current one, it still isn't my favorite setup. That honor goes back about 6 months to when my setup was where my current console setup is. It was just a cozy place to be, and I seem to actually want to spend all my time in that space. but I can't go back to it because this new setup allowed for better overall use of the room's floor space, so instead I've spent the past 6 months and all these setup update videos trying to recapture the vibe of that setup. So I've got some ideas brewing. My main goal in the game room is to better tie my desk setup and console setup together. I'm also thinking about getting rid of the green accent walls and either going back to gray to match the rest of the room, or maybe a very dark gray to almost black. But I'm still undecided, so leave a comment and give me your opinion on which color I should do in this area. I recently installed some Govee RGB behind the TV, which doesn't pop on the green, hence why I'm getting rid of it, so the LifeX beam is a bit redundant outlining the top corner of the TV, so that will probably get relocated in this area. I've also got more plans out in the dual console living room setup where my wife and I play Xbox together, so lots of updates and additions are coming whenever I come up with a plan and have the money to piece it together because I'm just a broke gamer. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss out on any of that content by subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Later.